been asked, think innovative. Now, what is this innovation? I'm sure each one of us write copyright patent, utility patent, design patent, thesis. We guide students, and then there are few students who write all these things. So, can anybody share their views? What exactly we understand with the word called innovative? I request any of the participants to please unmute and speak. Anyone? Are the participants been allowed to speak? All right, never mind. So, innovative thinking is the title which you have to talk about today. Innovation, let me just say, it relates to thinking of the brain. Usually we come across a word says, think out of the box. Now, where is this box? Who decide what is the box? Who decides what is out of the box? Who decides what should be thinking process? How do we define that? Something which is not there in the world and I'm thinking out of the world, how it comes? So let me share an eye-opener. Whenever we are being asked to think innovative, creative, let's connect it to two things. Is it required in the industry? I repeat, let's connect the innovative thinking in two dimensions. First, is it applicable? Is it relevant to the industry? Is it going to make any value proposition? Second, is it making an impact to the society? So when I'm saying the first point, is it relevant to the industry? That means, is industry going to make money out of it? If yes, please go ahead with that thought process. And second is society getting benefited out of that concept? If no, then please go back. If yes, then please move forward. Now, when we say innovative thinking, if I know these two answers, then third question comes up. Which domain should I use? What kind of thinking process should I take forward for? So this entire journey of innovative and creative thinking has step-by-step proposal. That completely depends what is my objective. Accordingly, I'll move forward. But in the entire innovation journey, one thing is common, that is thinking. Often I have come across with this phrase, overthinking is negative. I request all the participants to please tell me how many of you have listened or heard this phrase, overthinking is negative. Overthinking should not be practiced. So let me clear this fact. Overthinking is a positive phrase. Often it's been used negatively. Aap overthink karte hain. Don't do that. It's wrong to say it. Rather, overthinking without a dimension, without a direction, without a purpose is negative. If you want to achieve a purpose, if you have a goal, and to achieve that goal, if you're making an and again with iterations, then it is successful and positive. Yes, for sure it is positive. Correct. Overthinking, it must do because to reach our goals. Absolutely right. We need to have a clarity in our mind, that innovation in our mind. Why are we doing? What exactly we want as the output? And for that, we must think over and over and over again. So for me, let me just share my presentation across with everybody. Please confirm, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So this is the perspective for which I thought that I need to create a ground reality first. And this innovative thinking can be of any nature. We need to ask ourselves, do we have a goal? I'll repeat these 3 points again and again during the session. Do I have a goal? Is my innovative thinking making a relevance to the industry in any of the industries? If yes, then move on. If no, then go back to first point. And third, Is my innovative thinking making a value contribution to the society? Then please go ahead and move towards overthinking. In one side of the brain, idea would pop up, there would be some utility out of it, and we will start working on it. On the other side of it, the idea has to work for revenue, the idea has to work to give back to the society. Because the reason why I'm saying these 3 points are crucial, any kind of innovative idea we make, if there are no buyers, if there are no social implications and contributions, it has no value. You connect anything, any book which is written by some author, if it does not have a reader, it's wasteful. Any edible item, if it doesn't have a consumer, it's waste of money and time. Any clothing brand, if it doesn't have a customer, it's waste. No matter how innovative clothes you make. The Cannes fashion show and all these platforms. Similarly, whenever the innovative thinking comes in our mind, first, please ask yourself 3 questions. I repeat. Do I have a goal? What do I want at the end? Like Steve says, keep the end in mind. What end I want? What goal I wish to achieve? Is it making the relevance to the industry? And am I going to make any social relevance? If yes, then please go forward and think as much as possible about it. So today I just wish to focus on the innovative thinking and more focus towards career ahead after 12th standard. Why am I adding these 2 topics together? Because we as mentors need to have a clarity. I'm sure we all have the clarity, but we need to also share this clarity ahead with the students. So when you as a student come to us and ask, what should I do forward in my career? I will not list down the number of programs which are available in the market, but I will surely ask the person, the student, what do you want to do? What do you want to become in life? Then move back. What do you want to become in life? After becoming, let's say, an entrepreneur, what do you want to do? What do you want people to remember you like? What contribution you want to make? Again, those 3 questions. So if you have those answers, then please suggest the when I'm doing this innovative thinking is most crucial. So please, let's just be together on the same page. Are we thinking or are we overthinking? Just basic thinking and functioning only one side of the brain will not work for innovative thinking, because we have numerous usual things going around us. We need to move forward to look what can be Industry 5.0. We were sometimes back in Industry 3.0, then came Industry 4.0, and today we stand at Industry 5.0. So what is that concept of 4.0 to 5.0? Then what is the concept? Like why we have dimensions, like different work cultures, then metaverse, then you have multi dimensions. Why do we have these concepts? So if we work only our brain towards thinking, that means we have defined the boundaries, and in those boundaries we are thinking. So to give an example, from perspective of a teacher, we are thinking to create something within our study boundary, maybe HR, electronics, computer science, mechatronics, maybe banking. So we are just trying to focus only on that periphery. So that's not going to work. If you are really focused towards innovative thinking, then I have to actually come out of my comfort zone. So let me reframe it. When I'm asking for innovative thinking, then this thinking is actually about keeping ourselves in comfort zone and then applying the brain. So let me share an experience with you that when we are in comfort zone and we try and push some idea out, it does not work. Rather, When we move out of the comfort zone, that means if we move out of our teaching domain, learning domains, and whatever topics I have taken in 12th standard, let me think cross-cultural, cross-boundaries, global implications. Then actually I'm doing an overthinking. And that overthinking will surely help in my innovative thinking. Let me just give an example. How many of you write? I'm sure each participant does a writing. Let's just give an example. How many of you have given handmade card to somebody whom you like or love or your parents? I think all of us have done that some or the other time. We all write in our notebooks. We all have a different handwriting. Few of us are comfortable in having the regular handwriting what we have. But few of others, they think, am I readable? I'm trying to give you a different thinking process here. The concept of writing is to express the idea. So I'm in my comfort zone, whatever is the style of handwriting, I just write and submit. So now it's up to the person to read it, like all our students do it when they write their examinations. Going to help. Rather, all the students, all of us need to move towards overthinking. Writing and overthinking? Yes. Let's just focus on the audience and then write. Now let me remind you of different styles of writing. Calligraphy, cursive writing, block writing, capital letters, bold letters, italics. These all have different meanings. And it's so soothing to write in different perspective, keeping the different audience in mind. Even when I'm putting these pictures here, see the first picture in my slide, this one, this has a different representation, which is a usual one. And this has a different presentation altogether. So what I'm trying to portray here is thinking is a regular process, but in order to create an innovative thinking, we all together have to come out of the comfort zone and think globally. What am I studying? Is my program giving me an opportunity and opening my learning towards global aspects, global opportunities? Am I opening myself to that? Think, think, think. Even if I say you are studying finance, so finance is making me eligible for banking or not? In banking, do I have a detailed knowledge of only finance or banking? Now banking, finance, now financial transactions and the litigations in India and in USA are different. So can I be sometimes be eligible to support in Bank of America? Overthink. I initiate, I urge, I request everybody together to start overthinking. But overthinking should be connected with a purpose. Somebody wrote it very correctly. Let's have a purpose, why we are thinking, and then keep the outcome in mind, and then think. Whenever we want to understand innovative thinking, we need to find out curiosity. Like I said here, thinking is in your comfort zone. You are just fulfilling the momentary purpose, but it is not innovative thinking. Innovative thinking will emerge and emerge only when I am successful in creating curiosity. Curiosity means I will ask a lot of questions. Why it needs to be done, how it can be presented, who would be using it, is anybody else in the same domain? To create that curiosity in self and in others. First and major thing is creating that curiosity in yourself. Find out what difference are you going to make if you are thinking creatively and you are making these ideas. Ask numerous questions to yourself and then lead it. Now, when you understand, you have a curiosity. Let's say in developing an electronic vehicle, maybe in the form of a bicycle. So let's have a curiosity. It's not bad. It's good. Let's do it. But out of curiosity, what creativity I can reproduce. You're getting, I'm taking one statement, think out of the box. So now we are right now we are trying to create that box for ourselves. When I'm done with the curiosity, let me try and find out the creativity of developing and shaping that curiosity. Will I be able to create something which is not available? Which is usually not possible. That is how it is challenging to be innovator. So let's just find out a way of doing things differently. You may have come across the statement, do things differently rather than doing different things. So stick to, let's take the same example. I wish to create an electronic vehicle using a regular bicycle, a paddle bicycle, for the general public who cannot afford having luxurious cars or maybe two-wheelers. How can we do that? Think. Can we have any of these kind of things? Yes, we can have. And can it be, let's say, affordable? Yes. And if I connect it to, let's say, to the gyms where I can reproduce the energy, yes, it can be done. So let's do it. Develop curiosity, think creatively, and take the risk. Please go forward and make it. Go ahead, develop the ideas. See, is the risk worth taking? To assess the risk, please don't take any risk without assessing and without measuring it. It is not suggested. But to take the risk, if you identify you have curiosity, if you understand the creative way of doing it, go ahead and take the risk. But how to take the risk? Please assess again, what is the purpose? Is it going to make a relevance in the industry or which segment of the industry? And is it going to make any relevance in the society? If you have answer to these three questions, please go ahead and take the risk. I, on your behalf, assure you it is surely going to make a productivity. Innovative thinking needs to have answers to these questions in a different form I have written. The purpose. Is it solving a problem? What is that purpose? If you may have seen the smart watches. Smart watches what? Watch, the basic concept hai watch ka, that is just to watch time, just to keep a track on time. But right now we have concept of smart watches, digital watches. Why it was being developed? Have you ever thought of? Every now and then, in today's generation, in today's era, people are facing health issues, health concerns. They rush towards the hospital for basic things, blood pressure checking, heart pulse, oxygen rate, running rate, healthy lifestyle, eating, calorie maintenance, and all not. So rather than rushing to 10 other things and 10 different doctors, the watchmaking companies like Boat thought of doing something which can be on your wrist. That means which can be there forever with you, which can have a small laser beam, which can always track you. So your idea is solving a problem. Please ask yourself, it has a business success. That means I rephrase my second objective. The first 3 pointers I gave was first, the purpose. So here I'm mentioning in a different way, that's a problem solving. Are you solving some problem? So that's the purpose. Then success, business success, that means industry relevance. Who is going to use it? Yes, it has a huge, if I'm talking about Boot as a watch, it has a huge industry relevance. It has changed the entire game, ball game of watches. Now, every third person in the coming across has a smartwatch. So yes, it has a business purpose. And is it solving global problems? That means, does it have social impacts? Yes, the smartwatches had a huge impact on the society. People have become health conscious. They have started watching out how many footsteps I walked today. So they have surely become the conscious. But this will not suffice. Identifying the purpose, just the industry relevance and the societal impact, it is not enough. We ourselves need to shape ourselves. We ourselves need to shape our strengths and interests to put our efforts in innovative thinking, in doing innovative thinking. Before I move on, are we all together? Am I making sense? Let me just talk to the audience if I'm still connected or not, because I'm not getting
Yes,
any
you are
response.
connected.
So, okay. Fine. And are we talking together in the same line? Okay. All right. So when actually this applies to us and our students as well, just having innovative ideas is not enough. We need to shape our strengths and interests to align ourselves in that area as well. So to do so, please let's just understand our personality traits. We all have different personality traits and interest which defines our core area of work. We can leverage ourselves or stretch ourselves to 30 to 40% beyond our main domain of work. So let's just find out what is my personality trait. So there are so many personality trait quizzes like MBTI, personality, बहुत सारे हैं. So we can take any of the tests and let's just find out what is my personality. Is it supporting? Is my learning supporting it? If not, and still my area of interest lies there. For example, I'm a soft skills person, but still my area of interest lies in developing IoT based solutions, sometimes on electronic vehicles, sometimes on agriculture, and major of the time is spent on employability skills. So employability skills is my domain area, but rest, agriculture, IoT, and electronic vehicle is not my teaching domain, or it's not my career domain at all. But I have the concept. I have spent my overthinking. I have spent my innovative thinking in those ideas. With those three questions in my mind, I will increase the team. If I don't have that personality, I will start taking the personality in my team. So to work on the innovative thinking, to have answers and business relevance, let's just find out our own personality and increase the personality team, which will contribute to that purpose. So that's the first point I've mentioned to as the second, but for me, it is the first. To first understand our personality. To do so, let's take an assessment. In the group of assessments, it is about the stress, anxiety, leadership, 16 types of personalities, thinking, and many more. So we should take all these assessments with different platforms and analyze our report first. And then see what values to be considered when thinking about your career. Am I aligning my career with the output? Now my question here is, I request any one person to answer or please contribute with me. Why do we need to align values, the value of the land, along with my vision or my thinking process? Let's say if I wish to apply my thinking process idea to India versus Australia. So it would be like my value attached with the core value of India and my idea, innovative idea, attached with the thinking core value of Australia. Why is it important? Any ideas? Anybody would contribute, please? Okay, never mind. Why am I saying is because the ground realities, litigations, rules, regulations, and the constitution of every country is different. So when I'm implementing one value system of, let's say, India to Australia, there would be difference in the ideas, different in the value system. So we need to work on those value systems. A very simple example. We consider every teaching book, pen, paper as a resemblance of Ma Saraswati. So we actually restrict ourselves on working on some stickers which have something written on it. We are not comfortable working on it. But when we go abroad to the international airports, it's a general practice. So there is some difference in it. So let's just understand what is my personality. Is it aligning to the land where I'm trying to apply? Then start exploring the options. Here comes informational interviews with people. When I know my ideas, I'm thinking about the ideas, and I have answer to my 3 questions. I have purpose, I know industry relevance, and I know it is going to make the social impact. Now, where should I collect my information? If I'm making an electronic vehicle for use of, let's say, farmers, then I need to talk to some experts. I need to take the reviews. So here comes the involvement of experts like you all. So students must go to the experts to collect the information. When we collect the information, let's shadow it down. Shadow means see the potential career coming up in the future. So any information, is it making impact? It's something like writing a dissertation. It's something like writing a thesis. Our mentor sees it very clearly. So let's just find out the information, shadow with the relevance in the future, and research about it. Let's do it. In the beginning of the years, let's find internships. Internship is not just going to a company, then studying and coming back, but it is more about creating the interest in your innovative idea and getting relevant experience. The example I'm continuing here, for example, me being from the soft skills, when I want to contribute back to the society and I'm planning to make an electronic vehicle using basic bicycle for the farmers, I will learn. I need more exposure with experts who are already working in this domain. So let me just go out of my comfort zone and learn with these people. That's called learning by doing. We need to focus on that. Here comes the importance of practical skills for career success. This is the main part where I am focusing today. To be innovative thinkers, we need to focus, is it making any value to all our students? What are we doing? We are trying to make them employable for future. We want them to have their position in future. They should become some value contributor to the organization. I'm not naming any organization. It doesn't go that way. But what are we training? Real time, live learning to the students. The same example like Majumdar sir, our founder sir, and Swati ma'am, our pro-chancellor ma'am keeps telling us is, I can't read a manual to learn how to swim and I can learn swimming. But the best way of learning to swim is to dip yourself in water and struggle to come up. It's exactly the same. If I read a manual how to drive a car, I will not become a good driver. Rather, I do a hands-on training in the car to learn it. So I'm requesting, insisting everyone. So let's just focus everything towards practical learning, practical skills for career success, where student can see this is what I want to be. He can see path one after the other. He can see step-by-step career succession. For that, they need to speak clearly. So let me just go back so that we are connected. We started with innovative thinking, thinking versus innovative thinking versus overthinking, with three objectives in our mind, three questions in our mind. I have purpose, industry relevance, and impact to the society. If yes, then let me assess my profile. Let me assess my personality. If I have, wonderful, go ahead. If not, gather more team members to move forward for it, to work towards my innovative thinking. To do so, let's collect relevant ideas and do hands-on training so that we have practical skills for career successions. For that, I need to speak clearly. I need to express my views, express my ideas very clearly. My means the students. We all are students here. We are learning mutually. So we need to speak clearly. Even a child, when he gets born, he needs to cry to tell a mother he needs to eat, he needs to have milk. So it's communication. It can be verbal and non-verbal. So to have that practical skill for career, you need to first of all learn to communicate, speak, express yourself. It's not necessary to be fluent in English, but fluent in expressing, clear expression of thought. Then relevant technical skills. Continuing the idea that I wish to create an electronic vehicle, I really do not have any knowledge of electronics, then vehicle, then automobile industry. I have no understanding. So if you do not have the technical knowledge, but still you have the vision and purpose, let's take the support of any technical person. That is the technical experts. And then let's see the magic of a teamwork. We initiate ideas, they implement ideas. They tell us the loopholes, we again create ideas, they implement our ideas. So it's going to be a collective teamwork for us. And believe me, it works magically. It's not just important to work on our ideas, but it is also highly important to create network and connections to learn beyond boundaries regarding our own area of interest. Go out in the world, attend more and more of industry events. Sometimes you might not but go ahead. This will give us an idea. We go and attend the sessions which is of some or the other way inclined towards my area of interest. Go attend. There are people working in the industry, they will contribute towards our ideas. Join some professional organizations. For example, we also at Symbiosis have different certification programs. We have our incubation center. We have the entrepreneurship club. We have the intellectual property rights club. We have student council. Join many organizations like the border security force has also joined us now. They wanted to have us as institutional partners to help them in intellectual property for filing copyrights and patents for their ideas. Join network. It will give you new horizons. Open your arms and take them together. And the best platform which I have come across in my 20 years of career is LinkedIn. You can possibly find n number of people there. One is LinkedIn and another is the Research Foundation of India. I have always found it one of the most linking process. We at Symbiosis have huge network. We have MOUs with many companies. For example, when we teach our student for BTech Computer Science and Information Technologies, we have MOUs with TCS, Wipro, and Infosys. So these mentors, these leaders from these industry, they come to our university, evaluate the curriculum, give their contribution, they tell us what these industry want their employees to do, to know. And henceforth, we train them and teach them in the university with practical skill connectivity. Similarly, for BBA in Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Management, we have MOUs with Bank of America, then we have MOUs with ICICI Bank. SBI Bank. So these experts, these industry experts, they tell us what is the industry running right now, what kind of skills they require, and we train them. So we have multiple products, multiple programs of such nature. Similarly, for BBA in retail management in e-commerce, it is the need of the hour. Every business right now is running on retail and e-commerce. How to define retail sales, retail marketing, affiliated marketing for different industry segments. For education, it is different. For FMCG, it is different. For information technology, it is different. And for government of India, it is different. So the same concept, but the application is different. Again, the practical exposure. Similarly, for mechatronics, BTech in mechatronics, we have MOUs with Ford, Aisha. So students go and learn the real-time aspects. Then for BBA in logistics supply chain, we have MOUs with the logistic companies like ACPL in Pune. Then for BBA in digital media and marketing, students make their own companies. And I'm happy to share here, as this discussion came up, that at Symbiosis, we have more than 45 incubatees. We all may have come across the purest sanitizer. Alia Khan, she is our student of BBA BFSI. So what we do here is teach whole personality of, and we bring out the entire personality of the student. It is not just the subject which the student studies, but pertaining to the vision, pertaining to the objective a student carries, the industry relevance, and making them to reach to that value proposition, we connect. And we have so many examples like this. We have a dress code. This is one of the India's leading convocation products manufacturing company. So we have so many students who have been studying in a domain and developed a multidisciplinary approach, and we have helped them shaping their innovative thinking, creative thinking, and to reach to those levels. We navigate them to chase their innovative thinkings. So in that navigation, we face a lot of challenges. Sometimes family has a challenge, sometimes the student has a challenge. I take this example of Alia, who was a student of BBA in banking, financial services, and insurance. So she was studying pure banking, financial services, and insurance. And while her industry visit, a compulsory industry visit to NSC, BSc in Mumbai, during pandemic hit one, she observed a higher usage of sanitizer, and which was not healthy for hands, for skin. Henceforth, she thought, why can't I make it? She came back to the mentors of incubation cell and entrepreneurship cell, and she said, sir, why can't I do it? Mentor guided. Yes, if you want, give me a proposal. I'll help you making the proposal. Alia got some retaliation from family. Yes, every time they will, but they have to be resilient. That means no matter how many atrocities and negatives we face, they have to stick on to their vision, stick on to their purpose. The mentor helped Alia to shape her business idea, to execute, and to channelize. Today, out of 29 states, she's already selling the product. We all know Purest sanitizer. I don't have it here, but we all have seen it. So she has reached more than 22 states already in India. Every chemist has it. Take feedbacks. If you really want our ideas to work, take feedbacks. Feedbacks in terms of the relevance, for sure. And it's very important to have mentors from the industry. So here at Symbiosis, for every program, we have industry mentors and academic mentors. So for the student of BTech in CSIT, they have mentors. They work on live project with TCS. Every year, 60 students, they do a live project with TCS on a real-time problem statement. Similarly, for BFSI, MBA and BBA students do a real-time problem statement from ICICI and Bank of America. Similarly for all the programs. So take the mentorship or the guidance from the coaches from the industry and academics, both, to navigate your innovative thinking in the desired direction. So I invite you all to have a different perspective altogether for having an understanding of industry relatedness. Rather than moving only on the traditional thinking part, let us move towards a non-conventional thinking, a skill-based thinking process. What major change I bring in one person so that it brings a change in the entire industry altogether. Henceforth, I will invite questions. First, I'll just request if I can take you through just one website. Okay. Before I take you to the website, any questions we have? Okay. So I'm just sharing the link of the university with you. This is the link. You can just go to the link and read about the university, what kind of programs we are doing, and what kind of innovative learning we are focusing towards. And we are actually helping students to shape their own career. So this is where we belong to, Symbiosis University of Applied Sciences, Indore. This is what I was talking about. Let's do something out of the box. Let's create our own box first and push the entire world to think out of the box. This is the unique proposition we are trying and make. This is what I'm requesting each one, to bring something new in the student that is full with purpose, that has an industry relevance, and that gives us social implications. So with this, I complete my session, and thank you for attending it, and thank you, Ajay sir, for giving the platform to speak with all the members here. I request participants, in case you have any questions, please, you can ask or visit the website. Anything? Indra ma'am? Okay, with this, I thank you all for listening. Thank you, Deepak sir. In case you have any questions, you can contact me. I'm there in the group and we'll keep discussing. Please requesting everybody to keep innovating and keep overthinking with a purpose. Thank you so much.